Certified Home presents to you Sukari Heights, developed by Certified Homes, is magnificently designed, luxurious, and executive residence offering world-class lifestyle. Starting from Kenya shillings 2.7 million, Sukari Heights is located in the most exclusive Kahawa Sukari neighborhood, just 15 minutes drive from Nairobi CBD and 20 minutes drive to JKIA. The location of these homes avails a short commute to work using an easy transport network, a large choice of dining and entertainment options. Designed to be the finest expression of world-class finishes, Sukari Heights is a rare opportunity to reside in one of the most exclusive addresses in Nairobi. As a resident, you will have access to lifestyle amenities including shopping center, gym, spa, eateries, and basement parking, suitable for family living as well as investment. As an investor, you will enjoy good returns on investment owing to recurring rental income, property appreciation leading to higher resale value. For further information, call 0711 128 128. You can also catch us at www.certifiedhomes.co.ke.
Hello, hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Golden Road Talks with me, Benjamin Junior Bogonku. I hope you are having a nice day, a nice evening, or an afternoon, depending on where you're watching me from. We apologize for the delay of this talk today with my two guests, Anne and Mary. But finally, they're here, they're waiting in the studio. The topic today, we are going to be talking about divorce. And if you are a married person, or if you are planning to divorce, or if you have never had the process of the divorce, please join me together with my guests in the next few minutes to share their experiences and their stories, whatever they are. And I encourage you and request you, wherever you are, please share the video to a friend or a family member, tag him or tag her, and let's share and hear their stories. It's from people's stories that we get inspired and learn more in actually making better decisions. So, Anne and Mary, please be ready to come and join the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just requesting all of you, wherever you are, share this topic widely. I am so sure that in your family or with your friend circle, someone somewhere has divorced. And maybe you have never divorced, and maybe you have no idea or no clue what the process is all about, especially when you have children. So these two guests will offer their stories, and I want you to pay attention. Maybe you will learn something as a man or as a lady as we have this discussion with them. Okay. Anne, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Welcome. Mary, I see you too. Hello. We can't hear you,
We
Mary.
can't
What
hear you,
happened?
Mary. You did something with your earpiece.
Did you change to Bluetooth? No? Oh my goodness. We just lost your voice. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what's happening. Let's try again one more time. Hello?
Check
Oh,
your audio. I don't know.
check the audio. Hello? We can't hear her. Is it okay
Can't
for
hear
you
you.
to okay, I will remove you from the screen and then you come back again afresh. All right, let's try. Okay, in the meantime, let's begin with you, Anne. Welcome to this talk.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the support and thank you for always watching my programs. Thank you so much. Yeah, looking lovely.
Thank you. God
Thank
is
you
good.
so much. Thank you so much. God is good all the time.
Yes.
All right, first of all, I just want you to say hello. I can see some of your friends are watching. Sammy is watching here. There are many friends who know you and they are watching. Please say hello to all of them.
Hello, everybody. My name is Anne Kagwe. I am a Kenyan. I live in the States, and I am a divorced mother of 4.
Thank you so much. Mary.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Nice.
Perfect. Good.
Okay.
Now we can hear you.
Okay.
All right. Looking lovely in the yellow.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for accepting to do this talk together with me, ladies. I really appreciate so much. Thank you so much. All right. Are you okay with the way you're holding your phone, Mary?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I am.
Good. So as you are away...
Can you see me okay?
Yeah, we can see you very well.
Okay.
Yeah. As you are away briefly, I requested Anne to introduce herself and to say hello to the viewers. Please, can you do the same?
My name is Mary Wanjiru Ngugi. Currently on my Facebook, you can find Mary Wanjiru Jane. I am divorced, a mother of 4 kids, 3 girls and 1 son. And I live here in state. I'm in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, United States. All right, thank you so much. Anne Kagwe too, you have children too?
Yes, 3 girls and a boy. I have
3 girls and
my oldest.
Mary, you have 3 girls and a boy too?
Yeah, that's why we connect. Me and Anne, we're talking about how is this?
Yeah.
And we have a real journey. It was same time.
Yeah. Mary, can I request you something? Mary, please move back from the camera. Yeah. That's better. Okay. So that we can balance it. I feel like...
Am I good?
Okay. Now that is perfect position.
Okay.
Yeah. So you also have 3 girls and 1 son, the same as Anne.
Yes.
Okay. You guys have been friends for some time. How long have you been friends, Anne, with Mary?
Not that long. It's very interesting because she knew me more than I knew her. And she can say that story because I kind of didn't even know, but then I think one day she reached out to me on on Messenger and she said hi and she started explaining to me how she knew me and I was like, ah. And then we started relating and I had a show with her on my page and it was really good. And I was like, I love this woman. She's, I like people who are spontaneous because that's how I am. I'm a spontaneous person. I love life. We have kids, but that does not hold us back from being real and being women who in fact, when I told her about you, she was like, I'm on. I didn't have to prep her or anything like this. Yeah. That's the kind of person I am.
When was that?
So
when you met her?
Let her.
If is allowed. That time I was not actually done with school. 2009, 2010 there.
Yeah.
Visited here.
Almost 10 years now.
Yes, you have visited here and I was invited to come and meet you guys. We had a very good time. We talked a little bit, but we didn't really connect at that time, but I knew you. And then your ex-husband also and the family here, you guys, you know which family I'm talking about. And later on, I was going through the journey of divorce and our friend who make us connect, Mother Kanyumba, told me about you. And I was like, what? I was like, Lily? Yeah, same thing. So I felt like, wow, okay, I'll give her a call. Let's hear what's going on. And since then, we've been talking and we connect a lot. The story, it kind of relates the same. I'm like, wow, I don't
Your
know.
4 children, both of you are divorced, and you're moving on with your life.
Yep.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me begin with the first question I want to ask you, Anne. When you hear the word divorce, what comes to your mind?
Death.
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 Mary, when you hear the word divorce, what comes to your mind?
Not believing there is anything like divorce.
So disbelief.
Disbelief or there is something like divorce. I never, before that is like, what do you mean divorce? You can never divorce somebody. You can't.
Yeah.
It's maybe changing the rooms, changing the place, but I can't say you divorce somebody, you know. And then sometimes we say, you know, it's just a paperwork, and it hurts to believe that life have to change, which it changes.
You will talk about that, but just one word for you, it means when you hear divorce, it's something impossible. It can't happen.
It can happen, yes.
Yeah. And when you say divorce means, when you hear the word divorce equals to death, why do you feel like, or why the word death and the feeling death comes to your mind?
I believe marriage is a system, it's a structure. When you are married to a person, you have a structure. It is not a structure that you can see. It is a structure which is put in place because of how life has to continue. So when I think of divorce, when I imagine that whole structure, because the whole structure just breaks down. The whole structure breaks down, and you have to start from the bottom, because when you start marriage, you work baby steps, getting the children, getting to learn one another, bringing up the children, doing so many things that make this system work. Then when divorce happens, it's a breakdown of all those systems which had been put in place. And that's what divorce is to me.
And that's why you say that when you hear divorce, it's equal death. Death of everything you had planned, everything you had together.
Everything you had in your mind, everything you were taught. I come from a family where my mother and father are still very tightly woven. They love each other, even up to date. They are very, very good friends.
Yeah.
So trying to imagine that I am going to be divorced, what? And yet I saw it with my siblings, but I would not have thought that I would be a recipient of divorce. No.
Wow. All right. Okay, people are already appreciating. They're saying, really, this is bold. Somebody's asking, Anne Kagwe, are you related to the CS Kagwe?
No.
No, okay. I want to make this talk to be a very cool, it's a Sunday. I know it's an afternoon for you guys in the US and for the viewers. So we'll keep it just simple, as much as I can, together with you as my guest today. Let me ask both of you again. How long were you married before the divorce? I will start with Mary. How many years were you together before the divorce?
21 years.
21 years together. All right. And Anne?
24.
24 years together.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. Let that one sink in. I need to sip some water. Wow.
Yeah, that's a long time to know somebody.
21 years Mary, 24 years Anne. The process. How did it begin for you, Anne?
I think it started when my ex decided to move on. I think it started when he decided he didn't want to do anything about what was going on. He wanted out. And it started with him changing, with him deciding, I have to take care of myself. I have hit 50 years. I have to move on. I am not happy. So it started with just thinking about him just going for what made him happy. He looked at his timeline and decided, I'm 50 now. He gave himself another 20 years or so to be productive, and he started working towards it. That's how it started. Yeah.
Thank you so much. How about you, Mary? How did it start? 20 years together and finally divorce.
I think all along you can see some things, but how we are brought up and how we believe, we thought that is the norm. And you keep pressing, you keep moving on. I come where some things you see somebody very rude or some words might say, or you think this is normal, this is how it should be. And you come to adjust to believe in that. But I think you get to somewhere somebody break down and cannot move no more. And we don't know. Even themselves or myself, maybe you don't know. But it reached where he was completely done. And that's a word. He said he's done. I thought you're gonna change. And sometimes I try to change to somebody else, maybe I wasn't. And that I come to learn after he's gone, yes, I changed so much to sweet teen, but no matter how you try to change, you cannot make that person happy.
Wow. No matter how you try to change, you can never make that person happy. Wow.
As you not having the bitterness of thinking that there's something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
It is because sometimes we don't know. Because if we knew, we couldn't wait for 2 years. We could have done a long time ago before the kids came along.
Yeah.
But it's believing in what you know. This is how you know how to do things. Pressing. But I believe we are stronger. Women, we are a little bit stronger and try to fight, try to keep things together. You might come my home and you think it's bed of losses. But you don't know what is going on there. It was a shock to many.
Okay.
We were listed the least expected. So if something happened today, as those who are really thinking this is gonna end up in divorce, it happens. It's good to accept it. It doesn't matter how much effort, how much energy, how much patience you have done. But when somebody is done, it's done.
All right. Thank you so much. And the people who know you are saying you should continue smiling. They're already missing. They are seeing the serious Anne. They have never seen before.
No. I smile and sometimes I can get very serious. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, the other question which I would like to ask you, ladies, obviously there were so many conflicts. I believe that for any divorce to take place or for two people to finally call it quits, there are conflicts. And we live in a world, many younger people than you guys, my age, and even some people younger than me, when you start up a relationship or a marriage, once you have these conflicts and you don't solve them, the first option is divorce. These days, people marry and the first thing they think about is let us separate. You stayed there for 24 years. Mary stayed there for 21 years. But for you, Anne, what would you say were some of the conflicts that you had that could not be resolved?
Communication. Communication was key. And I wished I saw that red flag even from the beginning. I believe we were not friends. No, we saw it, but we still said we have a child. We had a child just before we got married. We have a child on the way. This child is the one which is going to put us together. Communication was one of the biggest problems. We could not communicate. We were not good friends. We could not see eye to eye on finances. We could not see eye to eye on bringing up the children. I had my way. He had his way. There was conflict in that. I cannot say things like infidelity. I cannot say that I had problems like financial. He did not support us financially, because he did. So maybe now we can talk about the negatives, but I can also, after Mary talks, I can also talk about the positives that I saw in my ex.
Obviously, they are
Still
positives.
has,
That's why you stayed with
even
him.
today.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Which
for
is
you,
still
communication, this miscommunication, disconnection,
yes,
contributed and played a big role.
very big role.
All right.
Very
Mary,
big.
how about you? What are some of the conflicts that made you to finally take this decision?
I think the biggest conflict, I'll say, it is. And don't get me wrong. He's a very very good guy, very good guy. But the way you're brought up, the childhood, how you know how to treat woman, how you know even the simple thing like give me the cup of water, the word you put, how you represent, without even maybe knowingly you're hurting your fellow person. I think that's what the major conflict, because I'm a very positive minded person, no matter how ugly the situation is. Because once you put the positive energy, it's easier to get the answers and get a solution than trying to be so negative, so much that even you caught yourself. Oh, I think I was mean. You see what I'm saying? Somebody can even catch you. He used to catch himself. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was me. You know what I'm saying? So that was a major conflict, because I try to be very positive to show the good thing. Like I did a lot to both families, and even today they lack words. I went to Kenya last year. I went to his home place, and everybody said, "No, we can't believe it." You know, and I say, "Yeah," with a big smile. Yes, it happened, because they even remember even his personality. But I look at it; it's not because of him. It's how you're brought up, how you know how to treat and how to do things. And that was a major conflict.
Wow.
Financially, no problem. And also, looking on the other light of the moment, like I'm a very aggressive, hardworking.
Mm-hmm.
When I take off on anything, I take off. I take off project back home, take off things here, and I'm out. I'm make this dream happen. I'm kind of a person, we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe. So with somebody else always in a doubt, it become a bigger conflict, telling you can't. How? You see. And me, I'm saying I'll show you step by step. So sometimes on my way of doing things, I'm taking off with projects,
Yeah.
no, your partner here is not on the same page as I am.
Wow.
So
Thank you.
when
Yeah.
you see all this, is like, again, this is crazy. I'm done.
Yeah.
The word, yes.
Thank you so much, Mary. I've seen a question here. There are 2 or 3 people asking, is it okay to say your ex-husbands? Where were they from originally, Anne?
It's okay.
Yeah.
My ex-husband is from Muranga. He's from a place called Karigoine.
Yeah.
Kiraga. Sorry, Kiraga.
From Kenya. Definitely, obviously from Kenya.
Yes.
Yeah. And
yes.
Mary, your ex-husband?
Guess what? It's funny because we come from the same place.
Okay.
And that since we were very young. You know me growing up as a young girl. I know him going to school. We come from Muranga, Mudivi.
Yeah.
It's from
So same country, Kenya, also together with him.
You don't have to tell like your grandmother. I know everything about your grandfather. Those stories. We grew up together. We will always talk about it. Like together during our happy times. How so deep.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So those who are asking, and obviously there are people going to type there the comments. Those who know, somebody's already typing there. Muranga people, but people are very tribal, people will say something about this topic. But for me, my interest is about the divorce. Obviously, people are going to talk, and people have talked. But before even people started talking, like both of you say, your family members and the close friends who are so surprised for you to take the decision. But I want you to briefly just, Anne, to tell us the step by step, like every day when you are thinking about the divorce, who are you talking to, and what were you going through by the time finally you say this is it? It must have been a roller coaster of emotions, and the children are there. Yeah. How was it?
I did not initially. He is the one who asked for the divorce. I didn't want the divorce.
Okay.
And but he was out. He was emotionally, you could see physically, emotionally, every part of him, he was out. He was like, I'm here for the kids. And it was so painful. I talked to a few friends who I thought were our close friends here in the States, but they were like, you people look so good together. I can't interfere with that. And they refused. And then my parents were so distraught. They asked for people to come from the church. They brought ministers of the. It was a mess. And even going through the journey, going to the courts and trying to get it done, every day we went for mediation. I told him, no, we don't have to do this. We don't. We can work it over. We are good friends. We can do this. We can. No, he was out. Personally, for me, what I feel, I could have moved on with him. We could have done something. We could have sought counseling. We could have done this, but he was out. And according to what I think, when a man is out, he's out. When he's out, he's out. There is no bringing him back. Whatever you try, he's out, he is gone. And that's what I felt. And that's what I looked at, because whatever antics, even if I had gone and learned new dancing styles or learned new styles in the bed or done funny little
things, the man, he was out.
He was out.
He was out. He just wanted to step out, and that's it.
He wanted out.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. How about you, Mary? The process, was yours the same as Anne? Did he want it, or it's you?
Yeah,
He wanted it.
He wanted it out. He wanted it out. But at the beginning, sometimes you think it's like a joke. Are you kidding me? Because for him, he even have dates. Like, I'm moving out of this date, but he's still in the house. Actually, that's the most bitter part of where, somebody tell you, I'm moving out in 2 months, and that's it. So you're still seeing them. They come and eat, you go to bed, get up. That was the most painful thing. And then now they leave and you don't see them. It was so difficult for me to swallow. I lost like almost 40 pounds. Couldn't eat, couldn't function at work. I thank people who I work with because they were very understanding and they knew his stuff. And but as she say, when somebody is done, is done. But the only thing I look at is sometimes people keep pulling each other. At this time, I think I didn't have no more energy left, like to fight. Because few friends will call me, Mary, no, you have to do this. You have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your parents. We did. My best men on my marriage back home, they traveled. They came here. They sat us down till morning. Nothing worked. And that's what I look at it. When it's meant to be, it is. You can't push it no more. You just have to let it go. And this time I felt like I'm just gonna put myself in a corner, cry out loud, do whatever, live a day by day, and let it go.
Wow. So I want to jump in. I want to bring in Anne. You tried so many things. You talked about mediation. Many people, before they finally divorce, you bring parents, you bring a pastor, a church leader. What are some of the things that you tried to make this thing work? What did you try to do?
I tried everything. I tried to ask him what the problem was. I tried to do things differently, but he was out. And by that time already, when he decided he was out, when he mentally, physically, emotionally decided he was out, he started having another relationship with somebody else. So already in his mind, he has told himself he's out. A person has presented themselves before him. He starts having another relationship, which one of the things he never used to do that. Throughout the marriage, I had not seen any kind of infidelity. But this time, his mind was set, I'm out, I'm gone, and he did. He started having another relationship. And I remember, because this has always been very, very stark for me, I remember standing up the stairs and hearing him laughing and talking with a woman. And I knew that he was happy. And I knew in my heart he was happy, but I could not give him that happiness. I couldn't. I was ice cold. In my heart, I was gone. I was completely gone. So I knew that person was giving him happiness. And I knew I just had to let go. I just had to let go. So my heart had to let go. Everything had to let go. But one of the things that was very doing throughout the process was I kept on telling the children, this is your father. Whatever happens between me and him is between me and him. We are both adults. We are going to deal with it. You people have to have a separate relationship with your father, but don't look at what we are doing as the two of us. We'll handle ourselves. Yeah. We'll handle.
I see very positive comments here. Lillian Wakaisa is still cheering you on, and she's tagging really many friends. Thank you so much, Lillian. I think Lillian, the best tagging supporter for today's show. Keep on tagging your friends. The younger people who are married, or people who are going to get married, or people who are planning to divorce. This is your talk today. You have to listen to these amazing ladies going open, especially on Facebook, the most feared platform, to share their experiences and family members. Wow. Mary, how about you? What did you try? Counseling, prayers, meetings?
I tried everything. I tried even sacrificing. We narrow down. Is it financial issue? Is it because of the project I'm doing? Is it because of the debts I have probably in America? Because I had a couple of credit cards and staff loans, put money from the house, home equity and all that, which we did it together. But is it this is a problem? Can we narrow down, see what could be the root and the cause? Is it fixable? And I try even to offer, my salary, it can go into your account, handle it. I tried, if even to an extent, if you're seeing somebody else, I'm okay. I say, I'm actually a Kikuyu woman. And my tribe, even your grandfather had 2 wives. My grandfather had extra concubines all over the place. I wouldn't mind, but I want to be the pillar of this base of a family with kids, where you can come back to. It doesn't bother me. Just let me know. But let her not do the divorce. Let's not separate.
So you tried so many things.
Yes.
By sacrificing, you mean you're even willing to have him have another wife?
If that's what's gonna keep us okay, and the family goes
to do that, yeah.
You think this is the base. This is the base as a family. I don't want anything crumbling. If it's something we can fix, I believe it's only till death do us part. You see, and if it's not death, anything else is fixable. It's negotiable. We can fix it.
Yeah.
No matter what. But
you did all you could, but finally he was, as you said in your sentence and in your words, he was done. Okay. Thank you so much. Anne, let's bring now the children, because both of you have 4 children. By the time the process began,
can I just interject? I need to say, if we are going to talk about the things that we needed, so we are talking about men, and I think Mary will agree with me. These are men who are upstanding men, okay? These are men who are financially stable, hardworking Kikuyu men, okay? They are not lazy. These are men who love their children, all right? And they respect their wives, even though they are having issues. Because we also need to look at, when we talk about a man, what kind of a man are you talking about? We need to talk about that. The father, my ex, the father of the children, is very, very hardworking. He loves his children. He always felt that family was very, very important to him. But when it was time for him to leave, when it was time for him to go out, out is out. But we still remember that these are men who did not physically abuse us. because I don't think we would have been with them if they were physically abusive, financially abusive, maybe emotional abuse. Maybe we can talk about being rude and stuff like that, which is normal, everyday happenings within a couple, within people. So that is very, very important for us to mention, that these people are also very family men and very family oriented.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that clarification. And because there are many causes of divorce, which I'm trying to be as fair enough in my questioning and in my presentation to both of you. But thank you for clarifying that. The issue which I wanted to ask you, when the process of divorce started, what was the youngest age of your child and the oldest one? How old were they? The youngest, how old was he or she? And
my daughter was 24.
The oldest,
and
yes.
My son, yes. And my son was 9. 9.
Talking to them to prepare them for this process. Who of the 4 children, who was the most difficult to get this message and to understand what is going on?
My son's just clueless. My third-born daughter loves her father. She's 14 right now. She was 13 then. She was the one who was most affected. My firstborn daughter wanted out. She was like, "Mom, you deserve better. Get out. Dad is happy. You need to get out." That was my firstborn daughter. My second-born daughter was like, "Whatever makes you guys." So that's how the 4 of them, that's how the 4 of them dealt with it.
Your son is the youngest, huh?
Yeah, he didn't know what was going on. He was just confused, but my third-born daughter was the most affected. Yeah, very affected.
Wow. How about you, Mary? The youngest, how old was he or she, and how old was
she's 14, 2 years. So she was 12. The youngest, and the oldest was 24.
Sorry, can you repeat that? The oldest was
24, because she's 26 now, and the youngest.
And the youngest was 12. You almost have the same story. You guys should write. You should sit down and write a book together.
We are very similar in a lot of ways.
So many similarities going on here. So Mary, the oldest was 24 and the youngest was 12.
Yes.
The youngest was a boy or a girl?
Girl.
Okay. So who was how did you talk to them to prepare them for this process?
Actually, it's so funny. I have one thing I'll say, and that's why I respect my ex-husband so much. First of all, when the journey started, one have to read. And was my word. Finish what you started. You got all these issues, but I want you to finish what you started. And when anything come to the kids, come to the parent, come to whatever, finances, housing, division of property, whatever. I'll go with you. I'll follow what you. So we had so many meetings, me and him. And we talk about it. How we gonna communicate with the kids? How we gonna do this? And whatever will come out of his mouth, I'll think about it, and I'll tell you, let's do it. And the most affected, I would say, was the youngest, because she had a couple panic attack. And I could see, because I'm a nurse and I know that perspective, but it's not as extreme as I worry about. Both of all my kids, they actually take it very positive. They think we are much happier people. They are able to split mom and mom love, dad and dad love. But it was our effort to make that happen. This is how we're going to represent to the kids, what we're going to feed to the kids, of how we think what is going on. We put them down. I told him, you have to tell them what's going on. What's the reason? And he gave me his own reason at that moment. But remember, this thing can change, because sometimes even you want to run, you don't know where you're running to. You're confused. And 20 years is not like 2 years. They'll come back, things will come back and they'll hit you. So I said, you have to stay calm and let do this journey. So for my kids, actually, they're much happier, I'll say. They laugh that back and forth. When they're with the daddy, they do daddy. When they're with the mommy, they do mommy. I never ask them what happened to them daddy's house. I tell them, when you go there, leave it out. Be happy, sure, kind of have that moment. When you're in my house, you're with me. And I'll represent the best mom. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure you're having that mommy time with me as you grow and become older. And the word I usually use mostly is he's a good father. And being a good father doesn't mean you're a good girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other. Because we are built different. And that's why going back, what I know now, we can go to the young people when they're trying to date and get married. Those red flags, don't ignore them. Because they'll come bite you later in life.
Thank you so much, Mary. Wow, that's my Betty Hamisha, that's my sister.
That's her sister. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. Let's. I want to ask you another question, ladies. And divorce comes with costs, not only emotional, but significantly the financial aspect and the investment that you had together. On average, how much did it cost you, Anne?
Wow. Almost $20,000 for my lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
$20,000. I haven't even finished paying that debt.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't finished paying that debt. And when we talk about finances, it's just the beautiful thing with my sister here is that she's a hardworking Kikuyu woman. Now, I was brought up and raised. Yes, I'm a nurse, but I'm not a go-getter like her. She had already started making investments. She had already started doing this. No, I relied totally on the father of the children. Totally. Everything. I knew marriage was for a lifetime. So what do I have to worry about? When I started to see he's completely out, that's when I knew, things are getting thick here. I have to do something about this. I have to start saving. I have to start thinking about my future with my children. I wanted to talk about the kids a little bit because she mentioned about the kids. My children were very affected. My younger two, I took them for therapy.
Yeah.
And they are still going for therapy up to today.
And you pay for that?
I pay for that. I pay for that. And initially, the father thought that you're taking the children for therapy. They don't need therapy. But I, as a mother, knew that they needed therapy. There was some place I could not reach to them. I could not give them that attention. I could not give them that perspective of the difference, that both mommy and daddy love them, but they have to be different in different places. So both my children are in therapy. They have been doing so well, because if I can tell you, when the divorce process started in 2018 and we finally got divorced in 2019, they were going for therapy. And now if I look at my younger two, my son, instead of becoming an introvert, he has become outgoing. He knows his daddy loves him. He knows his daddy's got his back. My third-born daughter knows the same thing too. You should look at those children right now. It makes me have tears in my eyes just to see the way they relate with their father. I have tears because they never related with their dad when he was here that way. But now he looks at them and he sees there's a different perspective. I need to lavish love on these children. You know, not just the love that comes from me giving them gifts, but me spending quality time with these children.
Wow.
me spending quality time with these children. So it is amazing. But did it have to come after divorce, because of divorce, or because of separation? I don't know. I think we still could have gotten it together. But when somebody is tired and they want out, wow, that's it.
There's nothing much you can do. But it comes with costs.
No.
Basically, what you're trying to say, the costs are many, like you're still paying the fees, but the impact, the way you're describing how your son is even becoming more outgoing, it's priceless.
It is.
Yeah. Mary, how about you? The cost, can you briefly say about
the cost? As I said, we said we can do it either the hard way or do the easy way. Divorce is expensive.
Yeah.
But is it worth it to spend all that money? Knowing that the property I have, they'll be for my kids. Anything happen to me, I'll leave it down. I'm not going with it anywhere. So we sat down. I said, I'll choose the easy way out, no matter what. Easy way out. And I said, you started it, finish what you started. So he went ahead and do the process, which is we didn't go to court or anything like that. Jot it down, write it down, find a lawyer, jot it down. Let me read it, think about it. And as you know, I have family around. They always some call, oh, yeah, you should do this, you should find this. I actually did approach a lawyer one time, and the first initial fee was almost 3,800. Put it down, then process. I think about it. I said, no. Why? Why am I fighting? Why am I fighting? I think why I have to fight for this guy who I know for 20 years, the father of my kids. So there's option out there. You can make it as simple as possible if you agree. The property here, the property back home. And as I said, I told him, tell me, it's up to you. Because if it's me, there is no divorce going to happen. You tell me what you want to do. We have this, we have this. What do you want to do? And he tells me, keep the house. I'll take this. Don't follow me up. Don't file for this. How about the kids? Do you want child support? All those. Those are the communication you need to start doing it. And when you do them, do with a good heart, in a good place. Give yourself time to think through it. Because those kids, they are both ours. The properties, we're doing this effort because of our generation to come. Otherwise, what's the need of working hard? That's my feeling. So he wrote it down, how we want to split this, and we just represent it was the cheapest way out. For me, zero. He had some fees because he used his lawyer to regularize those documents. My thing was only to sign. But I made sure I am in a sober mind and how we're going to do this with fairness. And that's what helped me not to be too costly on my side. The only part is, okay, the bills of the house or whatever, he had to leave doing them. So on that effort, I had to find second job, work hard, and I don't mind that because that's the personality I have. So I was able to pull myself together, catch up with the bills, those debts. I had to sacrifice myself to the government stuff, which I couldn't pay. But there's always help out there. Don't panic, don't worry, don't kill yourself. I learn a lot with the process. Because this is where you say, hold up, I got to call this, I have to figure it out. Let me see how I can work this together with no bitterness. Thinking, what if something just happened to him? I still have to survive. And that's my mentality. So it cost me zero, other than what I had to catch up with my bills.
Wow.
And right now I'm back on my project to Kenya because I love my country.
Wow.
So I'm able to put together and in 2 years, I'm able to put myself bounce back. That's what I call it. The only thing through that process, you don't beat yourself because of somebody else. I look at it, this is what I have on my table. I'm not mad at him because he stopped paying the bills of the house. Somehow, 5% I could have caused the chaotic. And if I did, I should not think the other person is causing this mess. So I just need to resume the job and get it done.
Okay. Wow. I see people are saying people love your spirit. The same way Annie was saying you love Mary's spirit. She's a go-getter.
Now, I look at it
Awesome.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The stuff I have, they're his kids' stuff. So I don't want no war.
Okay.
I know even him, he learn will be his kids. He can choose to. He's a man. He can get married and move on. That we'll worry about that later. But no matter how, I woke up every day. I work hard because I want to produce things for my kids. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. Wow. We're almost winding up. Thank you, Anne and Mary, so far so good. The viewers who are watching here, thank you for watching, and I hope you're being inspired with these two amazing ladies. Having both of them, they have 4 children. They have divorced, and they are moving on with their lives. Despite the fact that you see them speaking here strongly, I am sure that from my side, I believe you sometimes have some fears, of course, and some kind of regrets after taking this decision. But before you talk about the fear, let me just ask you directly: do you have some fears and any regrets, Anne?
I do. I feel that if I initially listened to my heart, my heart told me that I should have stayed a single mother. I was pregnant. I should have listened to my heart then, but strong enough to listen to my heart and tell my parents, no, I don't think this is the right man for me. I think I can get pregnant because I had my own business. I can get pregnant and take care of my child as a single mother, and I don't need to get married. I should have listened to my heart then, but I did not. I feel that throughout this journey, it has been a long journey, but I have been blessed with 4 children that I cannot be able to I can't change. My legacy, my legacy still lives on with my children. My legacy will still live on. So I have to make the best representation of myself now. Yes, there are regrets. Maybe there are things I could have done even in the marriage. But as a strong Kikuyu woman, you don't know what to change because that's who I am. If you are not going to love me the way I am, as a strong Kikuyu woman, I am loving, I am hardworking, I am strong, I love deeply, but there's nothing much I can change, but I can only present myself to you and we can make magic. But we both have to be ready to do the magic together. It cannot be just one-sided.
And you, Mary, any regrets, any fears you have sometimes when you wake up, when you sleep?
Any fear? I don't think I fear anything. And I'm ready to do whatever. Like I look at it within 4 months. It took me only 4 months. People take years. I didn't take all that time. I cried. I went crazy. Like, oh my God, the world is closing on me. But I said, hold up. You're still living. You still have a moment to survive. It's up you pull yourself together or the death. So I moved on. And even had within 6 months, I had a boyfriend. And the first person to know was him. And I made that clear. And I know that's why I'm going into like your fear, because most of the time people think even they have questioned me. But why did you do that? You should have waited. He'll come back. He'll do something. Maybe Jesus will do something to you. So keep praying. Be on your prayers. But that minute, you have to wear my shoe to feel it. And I feel it. I needed to move on. I need to unleash myself. It's either that or mentally affected. And where I look at, as I told you, Manas, I had the choice to get depressed and start losing one by one of what I have built, or be strong. Any regrets, talking about regrets, I don't regret my life with him, with my ex. Even the person I've seen, the person I've dated, he knows And he tells me, you still love him? And I said, yes, I still love him. And I'll never stop loving him. Because what love is kind. Love is forgiveness. Love is caring. Will I care for him? I will care for him 100%. But that doesn't mean I'm intimate with him. That doesn't mean I am playing games, because I see other fellow people play game with their ex. No, that means the care I have for my heart, the forgiving heart I have, I don't forget, but I forgive and move on.
Powerful, powerful words there. Powerful. Thank you so much. We're now winding up. Amazing. I'm just feeling like receive my virtual hugs to both of you. Thank you. So the last segment which I would like us to talk about, obviously, is co-parenting. Divorce comes with now the child or the children will not longer be seeing you in the same house on a daily basis. And what are you doing at the moment, and how are you managing it?
Okay. We live in what we call a duplex, and this was a house that had been bought privy to the divorce. So what the duplex is we have the main house, and we had 2 rental rooms next door. So the father of the kids lives next door. So the children go to this house whenever they want to go and see their father. And I don't stop them from going to see him. One of the things that I had to do, and I'm going to talk about it real quick, is to forgive, to go and ask for forgiveness from him. I called him one day and I told him, I'm coming to see you. And he asked me, what do you need? I said, I'm going to come and see you. And I went to him and I asked him to forgive me. And he said, why do I need to forgive you? I said, I need to move on. And because I have held you and not forgiving you for so many years, I need to move on. I need to forgive your people, because I also held them, because I kept on saying they knew when he was having an affair with this woman and they did not tell me. So I had to forgive him from my heart. And when I was very shocked, and I said, I need to ask for forgiveness so that I can move on. And he forgave me. And that for me was liberating. It set me free. And as Mary is saying, we don't have to be intimate with our exes, but we can respect them. I respect the time that he has with his children. I respect it. He went to Dubai to meet his current wife. During 2019, they went for Christmas there. They went and they met, and I was okay. Everybody thought it was not right, but I felt it was okay. He has to move on, and I have to set him free so that he can move on, and set my children free to have a wonderful relationship with their father. And I've seen, because I've said it, they are free and they see their father anytime and they are happy.
Thank you. So somebody is saying that arrangement of staying in a duplex looks a very complicated arrangement, but as you have said, you don't have to be intimate. You don't have to be intimate. No. At the end of the day, no. You can never cross the boundary that you have already set and agreed on. All right. Thank you so much. Mary, how are you doing with a child co-parenting? What are you doing?
The co-parenting also is something we sat down before we finalized the divorce. We already talked about it and how we're going to do this. My kids also, they are into the sport. There is also that taking them to soccer, bring them back home, we travel a lot also with their sports. And we had to sit down and discuss what we're going to do this. As I said, finish what you started. I just want you to tell me how you're going to do this. And we ended up is 1 week I have them, the other week he had them. Of course, the 2 young ones, the 14 now and the 16, those are the only one, because the other one is 21. She can decide where to live. Currently, she lives with me. She was living in an apartment, but she's back home. And my oldest, she also lives with her fiance. And the young 2 of them, they come to me Sunday by 3 p.m. They are here. They go back to their dad 3 p.m. Right now they'll be coming actually 3 p.m. My son drives, so before that I had to go pick them. But now my son is driving. They just put their stuff in the car and their mommy's house, and they'll go to their dad's house like that. And whenever he has them, as I said, we agreed we don't want this conflict or the kid using us to communicate. We talk it direct. Before actually, this is a benefit sometimes of a divorce of a relationship which wasn't working well. I used to be the protector pillar. I'm talking to him about the kids, and he will say things. I wish you can just connect to them. I don't want to be the vessel. So right now it's actually very good. He has very good relationship with the kids because they are with him. They cook together. He used not to cook. I used to cook all the meals. Now with them, it become much better relationship even for the kids. Whatever happened at his house, it is his house. He's a good guy. I'm not worried it can jeopardize my kids, our kids. So I respect that. And I'm not gonna say I'll sit here and say, oh, because you do this way, it's bad. There's nothing bad raising kids, provided you're using your common sense. Most normal thing. Other than the other thing, if you like to put them down in a corner, do whatever. If you like to take a ride and sweet talk to them, that's you. And both ways they work. So I like him do him with the kids, and I'll do me when I have the kids, and that's how it is.
All right.
And they're always longing. That Sunday they're longing to go back to their dad. Sunday they're longing to come back to mom.
Wow. Okay. I have one quick question here.
It's funny because if he want to ask something or he wanna, let's say the kid want this, they communicate with the kids. I don't want to be the barrier, or let me talk to your dad, because it's always that person. So it become much easier for both of us.
In short, just be a parent and remain a parent, regardless of what happened.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And we are now final words. There are more than 400 people watching. Some of them they are ladies, some of them they are men. I can see on the comments. Some of them are married. Some of them are thinking of divorcing. Some of them are actually going to think about making that decision again. What would you advise a young lady who has been married under 10 years and is contemplating a divorce? What would you tell her?
Pray. Number one, pray. Your belief in God has to come first. What's right for you? What's right for you? If you look at the place that you're at, is it going to be beneficial for you? Because sometimes we don't think about ourselves, and that is why we stay in marriages that are not working, because we are not thinking about ourselves. We keep on saying we are doing it for the children. My children kept on saying, don't do it for us. Do it for yourself. Do it for you. When the father mentioned that he was moving on, he did it for himself. Why is it for yourself? Because in the interim, if you are unhealthy in a marriage, you are not going to achieve greatness. It is for you to be at your best in a relationship, in marriage, so that you can be able to produce children that are healthy and who are going to have healthy relationships. Do it for yourself. If the marriage is not working because there is physical abuse, there is financial abuse, there is emotional abuse, and other abuses that come in place, think about it and ask yourself, is it worth me staying here? Is it worth it me staying here? Or is it worth me thinking about these children that we have brought, these innocent children that we have brought into this world, that we are just custodians for, because that's all we are. We are custodians. And the other thing, keep on telling your children that the relationship between you and your spouse you and your significant other is something between the two of you. Don't involve your children in your issues. Don't involve them in your squabbles. Have a relationship between you and your significant other, and always put that very categorically. Don't bring your children and pit them against the parents. Don't pit your children against the father, and let the fathers not pit them against you as the mother. Respect, respect, respect.
Thank you so much. Wow. And you, Mary,
Me,
any lady, what would you like to say? Any lady who is contemplating a divorce, or even a man?
For me is, I believe in, first of all, self-love. That's what people most of the time don't have. If you don't have self-love, how can you love somebody? If you don't love yourself and respect yourself, how can you give somebody else? You don't have nothing. So knowing yourself is the first most important thing. Find yourself, know yourself. Who are you? Look at the mirror, ask yourself, who am I? Then you can also reflect on others. Because we always work on you're less than. My spouse is less than, lacks this, don't like this. I wish he's longer, he's taller, he's shorter, he's broad, he has stomach, he has all this. As well as men, when a woman has big boobs, big whatever. Because first of all, you don't have that self-love. To love yourself, you can be able to love the other person. And if you have that moment for that 10 years in it, and you look yourself and come to find yourself first, I'll bet you'll be able to love that person and change things around. Because that's what I look back and look, I didn't have. Forget myself into the mix of madness. And the minute you start forgetting yourself, nobody will ever know what is going on with you mentally, spiritually. As Anne said, also pray a lot. Very important to connect with your God. Search yourself. And once you have that, you can be able to reciprocate to somebody else.
Thank you so much. Self-love, prayers, and put yourself. Don't forget yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, in as much as you're trying to make the thing work, remember, as I always do my videos, the most important person who can make you happy is not your children, not your spouse, but you yourself. Not my videos, not Anne's words, not Mary's words. At the end of the day, happiness is a self-created. You create it by yourself, and finally, you become more productive and continue enjoying your life the way God wanted you to continue enjoying. Wow, I think we have covered everything, Anne and Mary. And I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for being candid, and more especially speaking about your exes in a very sober way, with no very negative words and negative emotions. I really appreciate that. But one final thing I would like to ask you is, there are men who may not accept the divorce, or may not allow the lady to move on. Even a mere relationship, a man has been rejected, or the lady has told him, basing on the way you're behaving, this thing cannot go on. And many men struggle with accepting that this thing has come to an end. If that situation happens, in your stories, it didn't happen anyway. Both your exes wanted this divorce. Speak to a man. If the lady says, I'm out, and what should a man do?
Respect that. Respect the woman's decision. Just like she respected the fact that you started the relationship together. Respect the fact that she loves herself to let you go. I love you so much that I'm letting you go because I'm not the right person for you. I'm not the right person for you. You are right for somebody else, but you're not right for me. You see, the pieces of a puzzle have it just right. And if we think that and we know that, because I have been dating, I've been trying to date, but the pieces of the puzzles haven't worked right. Mary moved on. She found somebody who could love her. And I love her story. But for me, it has not happened. When whilst I am waiting, I am taking care of myself. I am walking. I'm eating healthy. I'm taking care of my emotional self. I'm taking care of my emotional being. I'm reading. I am doing things to take care of me so that the person who I will meet, I will be healthy enough to enter into a relationship with that person. And they have to be healthy enough for me, because I'm not going to take something unhealthy when I'm trying to give you something that is healthy. So everything has to be simple. It has to work just right.
So respect. The man should let go. The way you let your ex-husband to go, let the man also do the same.
Let the woman go. Let the woman go.
Yeah, of course, there's a question here, a quick one, before we finish with Mary. For you, Anne, you are still single, and you will, obviously, you've appeared in my Meet and Mingle show, which I'm going to begin shortly. You are still looking for a decent gentleman you're talking about.
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. Mary, your final word: a man who does not accept this thing is over and wants to control your life, wants to control everything and the person you're dating. What would you like to tell a man like that?
Of course, you have to let it go. But I also look on what could be the problem of why it's not letting go. It could be he doesn't. It could be so many things of how they're trying to end up the relationship. Because sometimes, even as women, we may give you a bad signal, and that's why to gain respect, you have to have that self-love and respect yourself. Because sometimes I might give you bad signals here and there, and that you're struggling. So let her call a spade a spade. Don't call it a big spoon. It is what it is. And it go both ways. It's not gonna easy for both us. But most of the time I've seen, mostly it's when people are giving long signals. And mixing up into the mind that they're processing. But I believe no matter where or who, if you put your foot down, this is how we want things to do. We have to accept.
Like this question here by Amani Candy, for me, they separated, but the man does not allow her to get married. That's the situation. There are many men who still don't want, especially if the lady starts the process. The man says, no, you can't get married. I want children. You're still my wife. No matter what you want to do, I'm still your wife. You're still my wife.
So they're just separated but not divorced, or were they never married?
I don't know the whole situation. Yeah.
Because if you're just separated, maybe you had a relationship, nobody was married, we're just having, and in that case, if you're not closing one book, you can open another chapter. You got to close it.
Anne, are you there? Anne froze. Okay, anyway, thank you so much, Mary. Let me see Anne's network. Anne, where are you? Anne is just, we just lost her. But Mary, there are so many ladies who would like to talk to you. I think this is your Facebook name.
Yes.
All right. Can they text you?
Yes.
All right. So please, if you have time and you have the energy to reach out to any young ladies who are going through this process, I think and I believe you have energy to inspire them. And I wish you all the best during this journey.
No problem. Thank you so much.
And congratulations for you with together having found love again. I wish you all the best together with your boyfriend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I don't know if Anne will come, but unfortunately I have to end the show right now without her. Thank you so much, Mary. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that marks the end of this talk. I really appreciate you guys watching and following closely. We wanted to do it at exactly 1 hour, but we have done it 1 hour, 13 minutes because of the discussion and the intensity of this talk. I want to say thank you so much, all of you, for watching this show. I will take a short break and return for the Meet and Mingle show. See you soon. Take care and God bless. And I hope you share this video. If you watch for the first time, remember to like and follow this page right now. Click on those 3 dots you see on the right corner of your phone. If you're watching me on your phone, there are 3 dots on this video. click on those three dots right now, scroll down and follow, turn on the notifications, and let's become friends so that you don't miss other exciting, educative, inspiring, and intensive talks in this Bold and Raw Talks. See you soon and take care. Goodbye.
Certified Home presents to you Sukari Heights, developed by Certified Homes, is magnificently designed, luxurious, and executive residence offering world-class lifestyle. Starting from Kenya shillings 2.7 million, Sukari Heights is located in the most exclusive Kahawa Sukari neighborhood, just 15 minutes drive from Nairobi CBD and 20 minutes drive to JKIA. The location of these homes avails a short commute to work using an easy transport network, a large choice of dining and entertainment options. Designed to be the finest expression of world-class finishes, Sukari Heights is a rare opportunity to reside in one of the most exclusive addresses in Nairobi. As a resident, you will have access to lifestyle amenities including shopping center, gym, spa, eateries, and basement parking, suitable for family living as well as investment. As an investor, you will enjoy good returns on investment and owning to recurring rental income, property appreciation leading to higher resale value. For further information, call 0711 128 128. You can also catch us at www.certifiedhomes.co.ke.